In this podcast episode, Dr. Paul Morland, a demographer and author of No One Left: Why the World Needs More Children, discusses the pressing issue of declining birth rates and its implications for society. He highlights the unprecedented demographic changes occurring in the UK and globally, emphasizing the urgent need for a cultural shift towards valuing parenthood. Dr. Morland begins by outlining the alarming trend of more deaths than births in the UK, a phenomenon that has emerged for the first time in history. He compares this situation to Japan, where the ratio of workers to retirees has dramatically shifted from 8 workers per retiree during its economic boom to a projected 1-to-1 ratio. In the UK, the ratio is declining from 3 workers to 2 retirees, raising concerns about the sustainability of social systems and economic growth. The discussion extends to countries like South Korea, where fertility rates have plummeted to as low as 2/3 of a child per couple. Dr. Morland illustrates the potential consequences of these trends, including an aging population that will place increasing demands on social services and a shrinking workforce that may struggle to support the elderly. Dr. Morland emphasizes that the reasons behind declining birth rates are multifaceted, falling into 2 main categories: material and cultural factors. Material factors include the high cost of housing and childcare, which can deter couples from having children. However, he argues that these factors alone cannot explain the widespread decline in fertility rates, as countries with affordable housing still experience low birth rates. Cultural factors play a significant role as well. Dr. Morland points to changing societal values, particularly regarding women's aspirations and education. While he supports women's rights in education, he stresses the need to reconcile these advancements with the desire for family life. He notes that a lack of a pronatalist culture, where having children is celebrated and valued, contributes to the decline in birth rates. He cites Israel as an example of a society that maintains high fertility rates despite being urbanized and educated, suggesting that cultural attitudes towards parenthood are crucial. The conversation also touches on the impact of declining religiosity on birth rates. Dr. Morland discusses how religious communities, particularly ultra-Orthodox groups, tend to have higher fertility rates. He raises questions about whether secular societies can maintain adequate birth rates without relying on religious frameworks. He argues for the need to create a secular pronatalist culture that encourages family life and values parenthood. Dr. Morland highlights the importance of addressing family dynamics, particularly the role of men in the decision to have children. He points out that while men express a desire for children, they often lack the urgency that women feel as they approach their 30s. He advocates for better education on fertility and the importance of starting families earlier, emphasizing that societal expectations and cultural norms need to shift to support family life. The economic ramifications of declining birth rates are profound. Dr. Morland explains that as the working-age population shrinks, the burden on younger generations to support the elderly increases. He warns that without a significant increase in birth rates, countries will face unsustainable tax burdens and potential societal collapse. He cites Japan's high debt-to-GDP ratio as a cautionary tale, illustrating how demographic decline can lead to economic stagnation. Dr. Morland also addresses the potential role of immigration in mitigating these challenges. He argues that while immigration can help fill labor shortages, it is essential to consider the cultural implications of integrating large numbers of newcomers. He warns that if countries fail to reproduce adequately, they may have to rely on immigrants from culturally distant nations, complicating integration efforts. The discussion shifts to the role of technology, particularly artificial intelligence, AI, and automation, in addressing labor shortages. Dr. Morland expresses skepticism about the idea that AI will replace low-skilled jobs in the near future. He argues that while technology can enhance productivity, it has not yet led to significant job displacement. He believes that the demographic crisis is more immediate and tangible than the potential benefits of AI, which may take decades to materialize. Dr. Morland concludes by emphasizing the need for a comprehensive approach to address the demographic crisis. He advocates for government acknowledgement of the issue and the implementation of policies that promote family life and support parents. He suggests that a cultural rearmament is necessary to shift societal values towards valuing parenthood and family. He also calls for a broader conversation about the implications of changing demographics, urging both left and right-leaning individuals to recognize the importance of addressing fertility rates. Dr. Morland believes that by fostering a culture that values children and family, societies can work towards reversing the trend of declining birth rates and ensuring a sustainable future.